Every time I go live, my cats be doing something. Collective, what's the deal in Grand Rising? I'm up on here early because I'm about to tap into my energy because yet again, me going to sleep, motherfuckers is doing spell work early in the morning. Motherfuckers want to do spell work. I had to cleanse my energy real quick with some music and I had to send a message with some music early in the morning. They got less than 24 hours at this point. Oh, they got 24 hours. And it's a wrap, Jack. What you thought I wasn't gonna wake up today? Eh? You were desperately trying to work your magic throughout the night, thinking that I wasn't gonna rise up this AM. Angels, essence, and spirits of the divine white light. Light attribute only. Please provide me with some insight. I'm gonna tap into my energy and we're gonna see who we're gonna expose this morning. Angels, ancestors, spirits of the divine white light. Light attribute only. Please provide me with some insight. Who is playing in my energy currently in my energy? What's going on currently in my energy? Somebody's kid kind of ran away. So we already got the beginning of we already got this so-called new year. Wow, look, sirens already starting. Wow. A lot of them. Collective. I don't know what this got to do with me, but somebody's child ran away. Somebody could have woke up this morning with their child not in their house. Not for sale. Somebody could have tried to sell. Yo, no, we're not doing that. 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 Distraction. So a kid ran away, not for sale. Somebody could have tried to sell their child. I just saw 333. My cat making noise when I'm doing this is a sign. Shh. They don't want this message to be heard. She's trying to meow over me. Again, confirmation with the sirens coming back again. Somebody don't want somebody to know that their child ran away because they try to sell them. They try to sell them. Wow. Somebody is so desperate. 414. Someone is so desperate that they try to sell their child. And this child ran away because this child knew that they were trying to sell this child. A kid ran away, not for sale. Somebody's child ran away because they was trying to sell their child. Wow. No weapon form will prosper. They will not prosper doing this. The sirens keep going since I started this fucking reading. Four, 5, 6. Some countdown. Birds of a feather that flock together. Dumb and Dumber. They getting evicted. So a kid ran away, not for sale. I'm going to put this up. We're going to put this up here. But not for sale, collective. I don't know what this kid ran away from, but not for sale. No weapon form will prosper. These birds of a feather that flock together, dumb and dumber, they're getting evicted. So they're out here trying to sell my soul, collective. We're going to get rid of this. A kid ran away. They're out here trying to sell my soul, but no weapon form will prosper. These birds of a feather that flock together, dumb and dumber, they're getting evicted. Raven, I need you to be quiet. Seriously. So I woke up. I was already up. Not that I woke up. I was already up watching a video. Chilling in my bed. Quietly. And then I start getting this burping feeling. And the only time that happens is when somebody's doing spell work on me. So I have to get up and cleanse my energy. I play some music. And then here I am. So y'all so desperate, y'all still trying to sell my soul. You can't sell my soul. It's not yours to sell. My soul is not up for auction. It's not an option for. It's not a debate. It's not up for debate that if you can have it to sell. You don't have permission. You don't have jurisdiction. You don't have authority. You don't have no control over me, my mind, my body, or my soul. I don't know why y'all out here thinking that y'all can make deals to save your ass and sell my soul. You cannot. So the birds of a feather that flock together, dumb and dumber, they're getting evicted because no weapon form will prosper against me. You cannot sell my soul. You cannot sell me. When you think that they're going with the thing, dumb, 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 dumb. That's the first song I played today. They wanted to come up. They try to sell my soul because they wanted to come up. You're not gonna get a come up off of me. That's what you don't understand. They being humiliated? I bet they are. They wanted to come up, but they're being humiliated. Yeah, you wanted attention, right? But it's not the attention you wanted. The dark don't want anything to do with them. So they calling on the dark. They're doing dark shit. They're doing devilish shit. They're doing black magic. And the dark don't want anything to do with them. Something is long overdue. Yeah, they've been doing this for a minute. And it's over. They're a bunch of addicts. Dumb and dumber. Getting evicted because they're a bunch of addicts. In the work community, they wanted to come up in the work community. They wanted some come up in the work community, collective. A bunch of snakes. No weapon form will prosper. They're being humiliated. These snakes, work community snakes. Yeah, weapons. These snakes were forming weapons. Confirmation. Court. Something is long overdue. They got some court case. So they're in court right now. Or they're about to be. They're getting evicted. An addict, Snow White. They could be cokeheads. They on borrowed time. Yeah, like I said, 24 hours. 24 hours later. God. Collective. So they're on borrowed time and they're alone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, disintegration. They're getting disintegrated, collective. They're being put to an end. You look, fights is happening. A karmic man. Fights is happening with a karmic man. They bit the hand that fed them. The informant plan failed. So the informant plan failed. They're on borrowed time. These addicts that are getting evicted. They caught themselves a federal law. So they got a federal law case. The federal law is involved. Burdened but not broken. They was trying to break me down, but they only burdened me. This is why ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Yeah, they weren't paying attention to the signs given by the divine. They're a bunch of heathens. A karmic man and they're heathens. Doing witchcraft. The past is catching up. So no, I'm not for sale. There's no weapon form will prosper against me. With these group of people, these birds of a feather, these dumb and dumber birds of a feather that flock together, they're getting evicted because they wanted to come up. They out here being humiliated. The fucking devil and the dark and the demons don't want anything to do with them. They've been doing something for a long time and something's long overdue. Their karma. They're a bunch of addicts. In the work community, they're a bunch of snakes forming weapons as well. And they have a court case. This is Snow White energy, two-way Snow White. I'm coming out of Snow White energy where I'm somebody who's humble, okay? And who connects with the animals. I'm a good person. It's like Snow White, very loving, caring, kind. Or this could be saying that they addicts and they could be doing coke. These people are on borrowed time, collective, literally. Today's New Year's Eve. Somebody's mad on my comment section. Look at the troll. They mad. They mad. Look at that. They mad. Somebody is mad. Because they trolling. They know they only got 24 hours. So they mad and they have to vent right now on my comment section. Somebody needs some attention. Because they desperate, but you're not getting it here. Bye, Felicia. Anyway, so the past is catching up with them. They caught themselves a federal law case because they weren't paying attention given to them by the divine. These heathens. They're out here doing witchcraft because the past is catching up with them. So they're trying to hide the truth. Yeah, they were paid to cause harm, collective. So somebody was paid to cause me some type of harm for a come up, but they being humiliated. because no weapon form will prosper. Yeah, look, current timeline. This is happening right now. This is happening right now. So confirmation with, I felt somebody doing spell work and I woke up. Yeah, they got no goals. These birds of a feather that flock together, Dumb and Dumber. They don't got no goals. They ain't got no lives or no goals. Yeah, spirit guides. They getting evicted. They could be getting haunted. It says confronted in an inappropriate way. So somebody is about to get confronted in an inappropriate way. Maybe in the work community. These snakes. Yeah, somebody's mother's side of the family. Paid to cause harm. Mother's side of the family. Somebody could have been paid to cause harm to my mother's side of the family. They're about to get confronted in an inappropriate way, or somebody's mother's side of the family is being humiliated. Or somebody from my mother's side of the family is about to get confronted in an inappropriate way. Yeah, this is somebody who's depleted, anorexic, or and feeling malnourished. So this is somebody who's sick right now. Lord have mercy. Let's screenshot these comments right here real quick. All right, screenshot this person. So anyway, so this person that's being confronted in an inappropriate way, somebody's mother's side of the family, they depleted, malnourished, and anorexic. Look, the government. Insane berserker going mad. This could be somebody that's associated or part of the government, works for the government, or court government. Bit the hand that fed them. They could work for the government. They could work for the government. They could work in court. But this is somebody who works for the government, and it says bit the hand that fed them. Somebody works for the government, and they bit the hand that fed them. They abused their power. They cold-hearted. They're alone right now. They're feeling alone because they're cold-hearted. They're about to be confronted in an inappropriate way. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, disintegration for being cold-hearted. This is currently happening now. Current timeline. Fights is happening now. Natural. Oh, never mind. I was supposed to take this card because this card was sticking out. So let's put this back over here. So Moon Magic is the card that I was supposed to pluck. Currently happening now. They're out here trying to do moon magic. Are we in a moon cycle? We just finished leaving the last moon cycle of this month. There's another one coming up for next month, January. So there's a moon cycle coming up next week. We've just finished ending out of one. So they feeling current timeline, they feeling depleted, anorexic, and malnourished because of this moon magic. Yeah, they're getting boils, lesions, and bumps on their body. Somebody could be breaking out. The informant's plan failed. There's fairy magic. Their fairy magic failed, collective. Listen, I could take that two ways with this fairy magic. I could take it as fairy magic, the fae, you know, protect me. So fairy magic protected me from the informant and their plan failed. So fairy magic stopped the informant. Or I could take this as, you know, the word fairy is another way of calling a homosexual man. It's calling somebody a homosexual, a gay. So I could take it as that, you know, with my current situation, dealing with my upstairs neighbors, they a bunch of fairies, you know. But look, they can't avoid the truth. They got themselves a federal law case. They got court. They got problems with the government because they work for the government and they bit the hand that fed them. Yeah, they're imagining their own ending and funeral because they weren't paying attention to the signs given by the divine. They being casted out. These heathens are being casted out. Yeah, they were doing witchcraft to get some money, to get some heirloom. Yeah, they were so desperate to win. The past is catching up and they were so desperate to win. Yeah, they are desperate to win. You ain't lying about that. Lying about that, man. Not lying about that. So they so desperate to win, they were paid to cause harm for a come up, and now they're being humiliated and being put to an end. They can't hide, they can't run from the truth. This is current timeline and currently happening now. This is all happening now. They on borrowed time. They out of time. They have shortened their life here on earth. What I said. They have shortened their life on earth. I'm only reading what's coming out on the cards, man. Because whatever they did was unforgettable. And they're lame. It was unforgettable and lame. The wild card unknown. They don't know what's going to happen. They got anxiety. Death becomes them. Wow. The wild card unknown, death becomes them. Currently happening now because of this moon magic. They have shortened their life on earth because they were paid to cause harm. Yo. Because they was in a cocky energy. They wanted to be cocky. Yeah, they getting public embarrassment. They being publicly embarrassed. They going crazy. Yeah, I'm publicly embarrassing them. They know who they are. Because they was in childhood energy. Being cold-hearted. And they can't avoid the truth. Now they're imagining their own ending and funeral is currently happening now. Because they know death is going to become them. They going Looney Tunes. They going crazy. They going insane. They going berserker. Yeah, they committed some type of tax fraud. Like I said, so desperate to win, they needed some money. They broke. For money. Tax fraud, heirloom. They did this for money. Yeah, twisted stories. They so desperate to win, they were twisting stories. Confirmation siren. I don't know if you're going to hear it again or it's going to get loud, but I just heard a siren. They can't sweet talk the devil with offers anymore. They have shortened their life on earth and death becomes them. They going crazy. Yeah, failed mission. Because they didn't listen. In one ear, out the other. Wild card unknown. Childhood energy, they go in Looney Tunes. January. Death becomes them. January. Yeah, because they broke all types of laws. I'm not even going to pluck no more. I'm really not. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse for them, the cards that come out. Death becomes them January. "24 hours. I'm not going to sit here 45 minutes, an hour into doing this. I'm really not. It's already, it's literally put it out here. Current timeline, currently happening now. Whatever is coming out on my table is happening now, today. Somebody's about to get confronted in an inappropriate way. Death becomes them. They have shortened their life on earth. They failed their mission. The informant plan failed. They getting evicted. They got court. They caught themselves a federal law case. They being casted out. They did not listen. They wanted to be in cocky energy and break all types of laws. Just to come for me and come up against me. That's crazy. So now these people were so desperate to win, their life is falling apart. And this is happening now. This is what happens when you're in such desperation that you sit there and you try to hurt and harm another individual for a come up. You will never prosper. You will never win trying to hurt and harm another individual. Ever. You're trying to sell the soul of another human being for a come up. That's crazy. You will never prosper. God don't like ugly, and God doesn't like somebody using their words for blasphemy. So get up off my channel. You continue to come for me, God is going to cast judgment on you. Stop popping your head and changing your... Stop trying to come in. You came in on one account. Now you're coming on in another account. You're the same person. Watching me. Trolling me. And you think that I don't know what you're doing. You're so desperate to get some type of energy. What you're doing is blasphemy. Because you're on here and you're harassing somebody. You're bullying someone. So do you think that God told you to come here on my channel to bully and harass me? No. So two wrongs don't make a right, right? If you think what I'm doing is wrong, then what you're doing is wrong. So you are not doing anything to do. You're not doing anything. You just want my energy and you're not going to have it. And since you're trying to get my energy, what's going to happen is you're just going to get sick. Because you're just showing your desperation right before the motherfucking year ends. That's all. You're showing it. So continue to show it. You're the one that's going to get karma. You're not bothering me. You cursing yourself. Trying to curse me. Stop trying to read the Bible to me. That you don't even know. We're not going to get into this conversation with you again. Like I said, they failed their mission. Either way, they failed. They failed their mission. The past is catching up. The informants failed because they were so desperate to win. These people are desperate. They're doing anything. Confirmation with the car honk. Literally, they're doing anything and everything. The first troll couldn't get under my skin. Now the second troll that was here yesterday is the same person under a different account. Unless they're trying to gang up. The birds of a feather, Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber. Let's screenshot your shit. Since she wants some attention. So, these people are going crazy, collective, because they are here trying to hurt and harm people and hurt and harm me, and no weapon form will prosper. You can't sweet talk the devil. You can't call on the dark when I'm a child of God. I'm a child of the Most High Divine. This is why your spell work is not working. This is why every day I get to rise up and have a brand new day. This is why I'm healthy and not sick. Confirmation with the car honk. Nothing you do will prosper. Nothing you do, no words, no spells that you try to cast, not even reading out of the Bible. Trying to curse me with the Bible. You can't even do that. You're the one that will be punished for trying to use the Lord's name in vain. So these people are getting publicly embarrassed. They're being humiliated. Their plan didn't work. They're a bunch of heathens doing moon magic. Doing that bippity boppity boop and shit on me. Thinking that's gonna work. Trying to do moon magic. Messing with the moon. To do magic on me. Lord have mercy. This is why death becomes them. Since they wanted to be cocky. But they really lame. With no goals. They dumb and keep getting dumber. The dark don't want nothing to do with them. The demons don't want nothing to do with them. The devil don't want nothing to do with them. God don't want nothing to do with them. They did all this for money. Money. Really? Money is that important to you? Your life is not important to you. Money is more important to you. But the life that God gave you is not important. Wow. Interesting. You still get to get up every day if you even get to go to sleep. And you still not grateful? You still ungrateful? Wow. God still has not taken the breath out your body. Because he's hoping that you change. Live long and prosper, kitty. Hoping that you change. And you still doing, you don't care, you don't love yourself. This was sad. This is the saddest part out of all of this. Look, unhealed trauma. Like I said, this is the saddest part of it all. Is that they don't love themselves. This is the only reason why these people do this. Or they just living demons, ex-friend. They have shortened their life on earth. They're going to get raided. Somebody feeds depleted, malnourished, and anorexic. This person is not healthy. And they entrapped. Because they attacked the spiritual OG. That's me. Someone's ass is on fire. They get the nervous shits up their stomach. Someone's nervous. They got anxiety. They got the nervous shits, collective. because the storm is coming. Because of this death magic, somebody's shitting on themselves because they know that this death magic is coming. They did it for the money. They wanted to show shit's about to blow. They better get ready. They were on a journey to Nowhereville. They caught themselves a federal case. Hello. Trying to make negotiations. Yeah, fake religion list. Like this one right here that's on my freaking comment. Trying to preach the Deuteronomy. Because he probably looking at the book, don't even know what the fuck that actually means. Yeah, they were being used to cause havoc. A fake religion list right here is being exposed. It's being used to cause havoc on my channel. Yeah, they can't avoid the truth. But they don't know what's going on. They collaborated with others to do this. There's proof right here. It's showing on my channel. That's why I screenshot them. 2 trolls were fucking with me already. Because they so desperate to win. Yeah, they be in control. Yeah, they wanted to join the hate crowd. Look, they being exposed right now. The 2 trolls, they wanted to join the hate crowd. Yeah, someone's about to get their hands put on them. Somebody's about to get confronted in an inappropriate way. They being haunted. Because of their pride and prejudice, negative assumptions. Yeah, they losing their sight. This is going to be a bloodbath. Collective 3737 1010. I'm going to end it there. Yeah, they were doing root work on me. On a healer. A spiritual OG. Somebody snitched on them. Maybe a cousin related snitched on them. They were doing binding rituals. They trying to change plans, but they still getting exposed. They was doing it for opportunities. They about to get confronted in an inappropriate way. Somebody gonna get their hands put on them. Look, spiritual sexual abuse. They were spiritually raping me. They wanted my blood to be freed. There's about to be a confession. Yeah, they being devoured. They going to prison. Somebody could be trying to run, fly home. Yeah, they wake up and go to sleep doing spell work. But I'm unbothered. They were out here holding meetings. Meetings is held. Sex magic. They're doing sex magic to try to keep me locked in a tower, Rapunzel. This was official business. This was for money. But I have freedom. Their energy is distorted. Energy distortion. Divine authority is here. I'm done plucking. They being stopped by God, basically. Currently happening now. Was what I don't see. It's something that I don't see. That they are terrified. I don't see that they're terrified. I can't see. They locked up behind bars, or they're about to be. So it's what I don't see, that these people are scared. They terrified. I don't see it, but I feel it. Yeah, they're going to prison. Raven. Let sleeping dogs lay they doomed. In the home community. They doomed in the home community. In my home community. Sexual abuse. Sex magic. Repeated offense. They being devoured. I'm being liberated. They overstepped their boundaries. Now they under judgment. I'm done. Divine authority. Come on, man. The dark don't want anything to do with them. This cocky energy. They out here trying to make bargaining deals with the dark. They trying to change plans, but they still getting exposed. Because I'm unbothered and uninterested, unfazed. Yeah, someone passed away or is going to pass away. Business offer off the table. This Uncle Tom energy in the work community is about to be taken out their misery. They have shortened their life on earth. I'm done. Yeah, stubborn. Moon magic rituals left a mess and is being traced to them. Evidence left behind. They did something overboard. Yeah, copy, paste, and post troll. They all about to meet the coroner because they were infatuated with me. They got themselves in too deep. They were out here saying that I pay for play. Trying to do solar soccer attacks with this sex magic. Murder for hire, trying to unalive me. Every time they do a spell or ritual, it rains. Moon cycle cleanse. They took out the master key to break in. Family abuse. I'm a triple threat. Cousin not related could be in on it. Pride and prejudice, negative assumptions. They being haunted. Now I'm done. Collective, they under judgment. Look, plans failed. Ooh, cards want to fall. They took an oath to do this. But somebody snitched on them. A cousin energy, cousin twice came out on this mother energy. Online, somebody's cousin snitched on this mother energy online. Because they did something overboard. And they caught themselves a federal law. They out here trying to make negotiations with our organization. Because they in the panic room. And they blaming me. Because they under judgment. Yeah, a lot of miscommunication. They've been backed into a corner. Because they wake up and go to sleep doing spell work. They wake up and go to sleep doing spell work. They don't got no more cards to play. No more moves. On a journey to Nowhereville. Tried to set me up for money fraud. But this was a repeated offense. I'm undefeated. These are monsters. They are terrified. Non-believers. That just have been checkmate. And tangled up in a situation. And they lost in the fucking fog. They're being haunted. Spirit is walking amongst us. This divine, undivine, and undivine masculine and feminine energy that was all up in my energy being nosy, on business being nosy, manipulating others in my current home and work community. They fail to realize I'm not the one to fuck with, to play with. Now they're feeling naked and afraid. Yeah, they might get raided. They're going to get raided. Because they collaborated with others. With an ex-friend of mine. Or with their ex-friend. Yeah, I'm being liberated. Collective, I'm done. Peace out. I said I was going to 4441. I said I wasn't going to stay till 40-something minutes or an hour, but I did. Yeah, somebody's in a false marriage. And they wanted to be the one. They tried to cause delays for me. Doing sex magic. Toxic. Chakra attack. Yeah, sex magic, doing chakra attacks. They toxic. Yeah, they're having tragic endings happening for them. Anyway, I'm really done. Yeah, they're being put into a spiritual coma. Because everything they're doing is being traced back to them. Everything, this is happening now, currently happening now, current timeline, home and work, current home work community, home community, work community, home and work community, online community came out. Home, work, and online community came out. And it's happening in my current home work community. And it's currently happening now, current timeline now. Today. They running out of time. They know they're running out of time, and I already know they're desperate. I exposed them yesterday, and I exposed them today because I know it's dumb. They didn't come out on the table. So you still haven't gone to sleep, and you still trying to do dumb shit on me, thinking that I was not going to wake up. Collectively, people are stupid. Cleanse the energy out before I bounce out of here. Peace out, collective. I'll see y'all a little bit later with another reading. 10:10 on the time on my stove. New beginnings for me. They wasting their time. Because I'm going to get my new beginning.